Dave, I know you don't like talking much about the other team, but just a comment on the challenge ahead tomorrow because
I haven't looked at them yet. Worrying about our game last night and our team, so I'll look at them later today.
now, how have you gauged your team's willingness to rise up to the challenge when facing a challenge like the Bruins tomorrow this season?
Wow, we got to play. For stretches, we played well the last few games, and for stretches, we haven't played as well as we want. So we got to extend those stretches and give ourselves a chance to win.
When it comes to a full 60, that seems to be a common theme in the last couple of games. Where does that really start? I know it's a little bit of an open-ended question, but where does a full 60 really start?
Two sides with the execution. When we turn pucks over and get chasing it, we get ourselves in trouble. When we can execute, and sometimes that's just a simple play of getting it in deep or doing the right thing, we can push the game along. And when you're not executing, then you better be competing hard if you're going to be defending. And we had some competing stuff in front of our net that cost us last night, and some execution. So we've got to do that for longer periods of time and give ourselves a better chance for the outcome we want.
And a quick comment on Kyler Yamamoto and what you've seen out of the forward in the last two games.
He's been real solid, really solid. He plays the game quick. The tenacity is what we're looking for. He can make good plays, and 2 games only here, but he's played real well in both games.
Those in-game shifts that you're talking about, like it's the Rangers for 40 minutes, you guys look like that team from October, and at the start yesterday, you look really solid. What sort of clicks? What happens?
No, it's some of it is your team's playing well, the other team's not playing well. I mean, there's some stuff that goes up and down in the game there, and the Ranger game was when you're up 6-0. It's one team plays with one mindset and the other one the other. I mean, that's an aberration. The one last night where we turned some pucks over in the second period that we ended up playing too much in our end and giving up chances there, and it was just a tight game. We ended up cracking in overtime a little bit, but it was a tight game. It's the kind of game you wish you could push on a little further. Like whether it be a power play or you get a chance and you capitalize on that next chance that takes the game to 3-1 or those are the kind of ones you got to find ways to win games instead of just hanging around. And then sometimes if you hang around, bad things happen, and that's what happened last night.
Are you so worried about giving up the next one that you don't score the next one, kind of a deal?
Well, you got to push that ahead. Like you got to keep doing things well that have got you the lead. That you got to keep going, and there's no mindset of backing off, but it's more the mindset to sustain the pressure, to keep doing things that you were doing, and that's hard. Like you got to keep going hard all the time. You can't take your foot off the gas. There's been, like I say, some of the execution issues that we end up playing too much in our own end. We don't keep our foot on the gas of playing enough in the offensive zone, and eventually that comes back to bite you.
Could you give us updates on Chris Russell and Mikko Koskinen? You mentioned was ill yesterday.
No, he's all right. He's all right. He's been battling a little bit something here for a while, and we decided to give him a couple days here. So he's fine. I mean, he could play here, but we'll just give him a couple days to get his energy back. And who else did we mention?
Chris Russell, just because he is.
Yeah, just maintenance day. He's fine. He'll be fine now. All right.